What's good, gente? Thank you guys once again, like always, for tuning in. As you guys can see on the thumbnail and on the title, right? Yarda removal. What? Someone's getting removed off the Yarda. Well, it seems that Taz's actual time on the Yarda actually is coming to an end. You know, we're gonna have to remove him off the Yarda, especially, man, because you guys see on the bottom right there, man, burn subscribers for money. Well, that's a scumbag ass move, right? But also, he's also done a couple other things that I will include on the video and do his little small profile at the same time. You know, fuck it, why not? So, with all that being said, gente, make sure to subscribe, hit that follow, hit that notification bell in case we go live. Because you never know, man. Taz might tap in. And you never know, man. I might let him tap in just to hear what he has to fucking say. You know, I usually don't give him the time. I'll let you guys know why. I'll let you guys know why on the thing. But before we get started, man, make sure to hit all that good stuff. Make sure to share with the others. Drop comments to let me know what you guys think, right? If you feel that I'm in the wrong, we'll discuss it. You know, I do like to discuss these things on the live, but I do have videos coming up where it's actually going to explain how the YouTube Yarda removals are going to take place and the pretty much the reglas, you know, for the YouTube Yarda. So with all that being said, gente, let's get started, man, and let's get this dude off the yard. So apparently it seems that Taz came out of the garbage. I mean the ashes, you know, he's back on the YouTube Yarda. I haven't really heard too much of him. He has been out the loop for a minute. Or either that or I haven't tapped in when he's actually on certain people's lives, right? But apparently he did come out on Bicho's live and he was talking some smack, homie. He was on a sick one that day, wanting to run fades and I don't know. You guys will have to tune into the homies' lives to actually see what went down, right? Like I said, most of the clips that I do tap into, shout out to OG Triple OG, you know, my second in command. He happens to always be able to catch certain things that I don't catch, right? And I'm glad to have him on the Yarda for that same reason, man, because he posts all the good stuff. So make sure to tune in with the homie OG Triple OG. So I ended up seeing that old boy wanted to run fades, and there was actually a homie, man. You know, shout outs to Mile High. I'll include his part at the end, but he wanted to run fades, but we all know what happens, right? Look, this is not to talk smack or anything, but he has turned a certain logo, a certain, you know, I mean, I'll just put a logo. I won't say the description of what it was, but he did turn it inside out. You know, when he was caught behind enemy lines, how they like to refer to certain areas, right? And he ended up turning the thing upside down so he wouldn't have no issues. But that just tends to show you the type of character he is, right? It might sound good on social media, you know, but let's be real. On a real on with the real bulldogs, with the real like the real ones, they will never do that, bro. That's a straight no-no. Because what I have learned and been told, you know, when it comes to the Fresno Bulldogs is that they're always supposed to rep their thing, bro, you know, and never be ashamed of what they are and actually let it be known that they're not norteños because like you might see on the pictures and stuff like that. Yeah, you're going to catch them flamed up. And if they are out of town, people may confuse them as norteños. So one thing about them, bro, that I have noticed is that they let it be known, bro. And maybe you can't see it right here, but at least most of the bulldogs that I run into, they have collars, they have all kinds of stuff that indicates that they're actually a bulldog and not a norteño. So, old boy, by him flipping that, it just showed, bro, that he wasn't really with that activity. And plus, let's be real, he has turned down that fade. He might say that he was ready to run a fade with Izzy Real, but Izzy Real is in Fresno, bro. Old boy is in Fresno. He always posts his lives in Fresno, and he ain't hiding out like how people may think, right? He's over there just doing his thing, carnal. And old boy did turn down that fade. Let's be real. It sounds good, homie. But as apparently, as you guys can see, old boy still has been talking about Taz. So, yeah. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think on that. But that's not the reason why he's getting removed off the yarda. You know, it's not because he's a pan or whatever. Nah, it's not because of that. He's not getting removed because of that. He's getting removed off the yarda because it's pretty much been proven that, you know, he's been scamming and taking advantage, you know, of the raza, man. Not one, but two people, you know, have came pretty much to light that they have fucking pretty much lend them feria, you know, and technically it was just a lie, bro, just so that he could try to come up. I don't know if he's doing bad and he wants to get low to the brain, right? Just to so that YouTube won't trip. But at the same time, that's not cool, you know, not with people that are off YouTube, because there is a lot of subscribers, man, that tap in and they do want to help out whoever's in need, right? But at the same time, there's people like Taz that like to take advantage, and that's not cool. So that's why we're removing him off the yarda, man, for scamming and also putting one of the subscribers' address out there, man. That was a bad look, bro. And he can say what he wants, that his address was put out there or whatever, right? He can say whatever. When it comes to a female, bro, yeah, you don't do that, bro. They can't defend themselves, and this is no disrespect, right? Because I know there's some females that are with the business. You know, those are facts too. But not all of the females are able to defend themselves like a man could, you know? And even though there's other things that you can use to protect yourself that we're not going to say on the thing, of course, right? It's still a bad look, man. You know, there is a lot of creeps, just like the homie Mao High said, man. There's a lot of creeps, and that's really a bad look, man. But to be real, man, Taz ain't nothing. He's not nothing on the YouTube yarda, not even on the streets, and I'll get into that in a little bit, right? But on the YouTube yarda, man, he's just technically considered a groupie. You know, that's how I kind of see him, man. He's a groupie. You know, he likes to jump on and do his little thing, man. Pretty much stroke his ego, you know, make him feel like I did that, G, you know, I did that, like after he felt like he talked to someone hella hard. Because let's be real, man, every single live he's always trying to act like he's with the business like that. But let's be real, homie. Izzy would have ran that fade, that's one. Two, he turned down his fucking shirt in enemy lines, homie. Like, okay, why take that shirt in the first place, carnal? Like it sounds good, you know, that shit actually sounds good, but we know the real when it comes to that situation. So it's funny just to hear him try to manipulate and try to scare certain people, right? Like, oh, I got homegirls, y que sepa que verga. Stop it, carnal. You know, it's just bad. And I know that he even went like trying to act hella active, like he's a super active ass vato on the YouTube, right? Let's be real, gente, you know? And look, man, let me add this. I don't got nothing against fucking Taz. I honestly don't. I can give two shits about him, right? I honestly don't have nothing against him. And even though I always kept my distance, because he has tapped into the channel and he actually tried to show like some love, I guess, you know, in some type of way. But like I said, he was more like a groupie, carnal. Let's just be real. But I always kept my distance. You know, something about him gave me bad vibes. You know, I was like, man, I'm good off this dude, man. He tries too hard. That's how I kind of seen it, man. He tries too hard. But I did ask around to see if he was from a certain hood, especially after seeing certain videos of Izzy dropping and other people, right? There ain't no one out there in Fresno claiming them, carnal. No disrespect, homie. You know, there's no one actually out there claiming them. You know, they're like chales with this vato, especially, right? Because he has associated himself with certain people that have been put out all bad, homie. You know what I'm saying? And if you're actually a real bulldog out there, this is no disrespect to Hector, right? Or any of the actual homies that he did tap in with, because he actually tapped into a couple of lives that some of them are homies, man, right? But he actually associated himself with some basura at the same time. You know, let's just be real. And the Bulldogs would never do that, homie. They would be like Charles, G. Especially after being put out there, you know. But old boy has been put on the spot a couple times of him even tattooing himself. I remember hearing about that, man, that he ended up saying, I think on Hector's video or something like that, that he ended up tattooing on himself and juvenile hall, putting the F-14 or some shit like that, man. Like, this vato was really confused, you know? So if he was doing all that shit, that just shows you, man, that he could claim something, but they won't claim him like that, homie. Espanza. And I know he's going to be all up in his feelings, so I'm not even gonna lie to you, gente. We might not let him cry. You know, he could cry over there in a mental facility. You know, he's not gonna be on the YouTube yarda. So I don't know. That's gonna really gonna be your guys' call if you guys are gonna allow him to speak his mind for one last time, because you know he is gonna cry on someone's platform. You know, that's a fact. He's gonna cry, want to call out Phage, but at the end of the day, man, Charles, you know, we already know that he ain't about that life, homie. Let's just be real. Shit, I think Izzy Real still waiting for that fade. You know, shit, and he is in Fresno. So for the homie Mount High, man, ya saben, man. For the gente that don't know who that homie is, he did stick up for one of the subscribers, man. Shout outs, you know, for doing that, man. Especially because that one subscriber that he did put her address out happened to be a female. You know, she does support a lot of the channels, man. So, man, that's a bad look, man. Especially because there's creeps that do watch, like the homie said, man, and that was fucked up. So the homie was willing to pull up like to Cali to run a fade with this dude Taz, right? To pretty much let him know, like, I'll fucking knock you out, carnal, dispensa, right? And he's not from Cali, so all I'm gonna say, carnal, let's save that gas, and let's also save that money from like flying. This dude's not worth it, homie. Let's be real. We got the homie Izzy right here, and we got even a few others that have said it in the past that they don't even mind when it comes to this vato. Like, if you really would want it, they would just smack him one time, right? At the end of the day, bro, he's gonna do exactly what he's done in the past. He's gonna turn inside out, right? In some type of way. He's gonna change his words, or he's gonna figure out a way to try to maneuver out of it. You know? Just like that camisa he ended up flipping, you know, just to make sure that he was able to pass right through. So with that being said, gente, I hope you guys didn't think I was too hard on old boy. You know, he did scam two people, man, for some feria, which is unfortunate, you know, because money's tight right now, especially in the Cali, homie. Everything's going up, and it's hard to actually save up like that, you know. And I'm not letting you guys know that, oh, he just got like $30, $40. Nah, man, they ended up letting him borrow a couple Cinos, right? So out of those Cinos, let's be real, man, there's only a few people that get paid good like that. And for the rest, hey, shit, it's a struggle, homie. So when they actually do it out of the kindness of their heart, you know, to bless someone, right? Like, hey, homie, I got you. And they actually do, out of return the favor, like to return the favor, what they do, they post the address. Yeah, come on, you know, a real bad look, you know, and a bad excuse for whatever reason that he's trying to give, you know, to justify what he did. Hey, childless with that vato, man. So technically, this fool's not welcome. Drop a comment if you guys want to hear what he has to say on the live, because he will tune in and probably bitch and cry on the comments, right? But we'll see what happens, gente. You guys let me know if we're gonna let him through, or we're just gonna say chales with this vato, homie. You know. But other than that, ya saben, gente. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit a thumbs up for your boy. If you don't, hit a thumbs down, homie. I know Taz will. You know, I know he's gonna be definitely hitting that thumbs down. So drop a comment, let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, hit that notification bell in case we go live, because you might see this individual in there trying to talk a good one, or trying to talk his way out of it, right? To get his way back into the YouTube yarda, you know. But right now he has been placed on a mental facility to get some screws tightened, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I believe this fool's confused, you know. Stop calling people out, carnal. You know damn well you ain't ready to run them fades. So stop it, homie. Stop it. Go back with Gunner and baby Huggies, homie. He might be able to be someone that you can intimidate or scared, homie. But other than that, shit, I'm not on the YouTube yada, homie. Or you guys drop a comment and let me know if this is someone that intimidates you. And let's be real. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, man, thumbs up, thumbs down, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Or on the live. It's your boy Conejo. We out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woohoo, what fuck squirt gun?
It's E.B.K every day, all